Hi, and welcome to today's video. In this video, we'll explore the recent political drama in Washington and the impacts that it can have on markets and the economy. This video is timely as many investors remain concerned about ongoing political gridlock and the national debt. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore three key charts that should allow investors to maintain perspective as we continue to see drama in Washington. What this all comes down to is that politics matter to us as citizens, taxpayers, and voters. However, it's extremely important that we separate these political views when managing our portfolios and constructing our financial plans. Let's walk through why this is the case. First, this chart shows the level of interest payments that the federal government pays on the national debt each year. You can clearly see that it has risen in recent years, both because the national debt has grown and also because interest rates have risen. The blue line corresponds to the axis on the left, which shows the amount of interest payments in billions of dollars. The latest figure for 2022 shows that the government paid $476 billion in interest alone. As a percentage of the country's GDP, this is around 1.8%. In addition, the dotted lines show projections by the Congressional Budget Office, a nonpartisan and independent group that assists Congress in policy research. Their forecasts show that, based on current trends, this number could rise to 1.4 trillion, or 3.7% of GDP by 2023. Second, some of this is due to the national debt itself, which has been hovering near historic levels over the past several years. You can see on this chart that the total debt is now 119% of GDP. One note here is that some of the debt is owed by the government itself, since government agencies often buy and hold Treasury securities. Excluding these intergovernmental holdings results in a net debt figure of 94%. Regardless of how you slice it, it's clear that the national debt has increased dramatically. However, while this is an important issue that needs to be addressed as citizens, taxpayers, and voters, it's important to maintain perspective when it comes to our investment portfolios. Markets have done quite well over the past couple of decades, despite ongoing concerns with the debt and deficit. In other words, rather than make investment decisions based on the national debt alone, it's important to construct a diversified portfolio that takes into account higher interest rates and a financial plan that considers future tax legislation. And finally, not only is Congress still without a House Speaker, at least at the time of this recording, there's also a presidential election coming up. Once again, it's important for investors to not lose sight of historical facts. While politics are important, there are numerous other factors that impact markets and the economy. History shows that the stock market can perform well in a variety of different environments, regardless of who controls the White House and Congress. Investors who made portfolio decisions based on politics over the past few cycles have missed out on strong returns. So all investors should be aware that Washington headlines will continue to be in the news over the next year. For this reason, it's more important than ever to stay focused on market and economic fundamentals rather than day-to-day politics. So while there's been no shortage of political volatility for investors to digest over the last several years, it is still important to maintain that long-term perspective, remain invested, and always remember, do not play politics with portfolios. I hope this video and the insightful charts were helpful. And as always, if you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And until next time, take care.